has now been formally subpoenaed to testify before the January 6th committee. The request was delivered in writing yesterday on the same day that Trump ally Steve Bannon was sentenced to prison for defying a subpoena. CBS's Bradley Blackburn has more.
The clerk will report the vote.
A week after they voted to subpoena a former president, the January 6th committee's request is now official. They say former President Trump must testify either in person or via video conference beginning in mid-November. And they're requesting documents from the man they argue played a central role in trying to subvert an election and triggering the assault on the Capitol. Committee member Pete Aguilar says the former president could testify in a live hearing.
We're going to be prepared if the former president decides to come, and if he puts restrictions on it for live testimony, we're going to be prepared for that eventuality.
The committee delivered the subpoena in writing, asking Trump for all his communications by phone, text, or messaging app Signal on January 6th, and any information referring to the Proud Boys, Oath Keepers, or other militia groups. In a statement, Trump's attorneys accused the committee of flouting norms by publicly releasing a copy of its subpoena.
We're in uncharted waters. Not so much because he's an ex-president, I think, but because he is still such a politically significant figure.
The request came as Trump's longtime ally and advisor Steve Bannon faced punishment for defying his own subpoena from the committee. A judge sentenced him to 4 months in prison.
I've got a great legal team, and there'll be multiple areas of appeal.
The judge said Bannon can remain free while that appeals process moves forward. Bradley Blackburn, CBS News, New York.
Former and current presidents have been subpoenaed and testified before Congress in the past. It's not clear what would happen if former President Trump defies his subpoena.
My goodness, what a gorgeous day across the area. We had temperatures in the 70s and 80s. We made it to 80 in La Crosse, 79 Sparta, 79 Black River Falls. Eau Claire made it to 76. 79 was the high in Preston. Decorah, you made it to 81 degrees. And outside right now, we're still seeing temperatures in the 60s and 70s. 69 in Black River Falls, 75 Sparta. We're at 76 in La Crosse. 77 is the current temperature in Prairie du Chien. Outside right now, look at this. We're seeing a temperature of 76 degrees. Humidity is sitting at 33% with winds out of the south at around 10 miles per hour. So if you have any evening plans, here's a look at your planner. By the 7 o'clock hour, we'll see a temperature of 73 degrees. We'll hover right around 68 degrees as we go into your evening and overnight hours. We'll see mostly clear skies. Some places we'll see a few low clouds out there. On the radar scan right now, we have a clean sweep across the area. This is going to get a break for tonight, but that changes as we go into tomorrow afternoon, going into the evening hours. And Emily, we will time everything out and tell you when we're going to cool off coming up in the first alert forecast in just a few minutes. Over to you.
Oh gosh. All right. Yeah, thanks, Eric.
You bet.
Pumpkins everywhere. The Holmen Area Community Center had its inaugural Pumpkin Fest today to help get area families and businesses in the Halloween spirit. Businesses and kids alike were asked to decorate pumpkins to help support businesses. Families got to go trick-or-treating and costumes were highly encouraged.
It's just such a great opportunity for younger generations to kind of come together with older generations, which is really what we stand for at the Holmen Area Community Center. So this is just really encouraging and very neat to see.
Now more than 300 pumpkins were decorated this year. And in more Halloween news, Riverside Park opened up its 22nd annual Enchanted Forest for some holiday fun. It featured all things not so spooky for area families, from a trick-or-treating nature walk to meeting characters and, of course, lots of candy. Over 22 businesses from across the Coulee region participated.
Anytime that our community is coming together and connecting, that's a positive thing. That's something that Scouting is big on, is trying to get our kids and families connected to the community so that we're aware of all the resources that are out there and all the different people that make this a great place to be.
The Gateway Scouts are also taking donations to help with future events. We will have that link for you on news8000.com. Music to my ears. UW La Crosse's Screaming Eagles Marching Band celebrated the past, present, and future at the 10th Annual High School Band Day. Over 300 high school musicians from 11 local high schools got together to perform. Plus, the UWL Alumni Band joined in to make some music. Organizers say having the Alumni Band perform will encourage students to pursue music well after they graduate.
Music is a lifelong endeavor, and I think it's great that our alumni band's here today too, so the students can see that they can keep music in their life forever. There's not a time limit.
The bands played plenty of hits, including on the track list were songs by Ariana Grande, Nicki Minaj, and Korean pop band BTS. It was all hooves on deck in DeSoto this afternoon. The afternoon Standardbred Adoption Program held their second annual chili cook-off and walkthrough. This year's event had some new additions, including new sponsors and new items for their silent auction. The organization is geared toward helping non-racing Standardbred horses find new homes.
We just do it out of love for the animals and also for the children and some adults in the community that come out and have equine-assisted learning activities.
The ASAP program is accepting both donations both online and by mail. We'll post links to how you can help out on our website. That's news8000.com. Area crafters united today at Logan High School for the 33rd annual Logan High School Fall Craft Show. Over 150 vendors showed up with handmade jewelry, clothes, and even homemade spices. This craft show focuses on helping small artists from the region get a head start. According to students, it can also boost these artists' confidence.
I think one of the most important things is it kind of shows people that you can follow your passions. It shows the students that there are things that you can do with art and there are things that you can continue your lives with, and also just allows students to be more connected to the community they're in.
So proceeds from the craft show will go to fund college scholarships for Logan students after they graduate. Coming up next, going all out for Halloween. Experts say the holiday will go back to pre-COVID levels of fun, but more fun could cost you more money this year. How those costs will shake out up next. And later on, growing concerns as RSV continues to overwhelm children's hospitals across the country. We'll have what warning signs parents should watch out for. Stay with us.
In the Senate, Ron Johnson pushed tax loopholes benefiting himself and his donors.
Did my business benefit? Sure. Did some of my donor businesses? Sure.
But here's what Johnson's doing to us. He voted to raise the retirement age and allow cuts to Social Security. Even supports letting Wisconsin ban nearly all abortions and said, if you don't like it, you can move. Ron Johnson works for himself, never us. SMP is responsible for the content of this ad.
At Blaine's Farm and Fleet, we make it easy to get ready for winter. We're the cold weather experts, offering the gear and supplies you need to combat the cold, snowy weather ahead, all at fair and honest prices. Like 30% off zero exposure coats for the family. These women's Carhartt vests, $99.99. Get a free pair of boot socks with every snow boot purchase while supplies last. And keep pets cozy with special buy pet bed and blanket sets, just $19.99.
It's Ford SUV season. Time to gear up for changing conditions on and off-road. Get great deals on our most capable lineup of Ford SUVs, including Ford Explorer and Bronco Sport. Both rated 2022 IIHS top safety picks, and both designed to give you greater confidence. Hurry, Ford SUV season will end soon. Now, for a limited time, get $500 retail order bonus cash on a 2022 Ford Explorer and Bronco Sport, only at your Northland Ford dealers.
To everyone who craves a fresh meal, come have a taste of Wisconsin.
America's Dairyland, as in real dairy.
It gives Culver's fresh frozen custard its famous rich and creamy flavor.
Like really rich.
So rich.
Rich and creamy.
And our cook-to-order Butterburgers?
They're topped with, you guessed it,
Wisconsin cheese.
But it's the smiles we put on your face
with every meal made just for you.
That really makes our hearts melt.
From Wisconsin with love.
Welcome to Delicious.
Americans are expected to spend big on Halloween, the most they've seen since before the pandemic. Michael George tells us how inflation is affecting prices.
For the last 2 years, Kelly Ryder hasn't been able to celebrate Halloween the way she wanted to because of the pandemic. But this year, she's making up for lost time. Are you going big on Halloween this year?
Really going big. We're doing a lot of different neighborhood festivals. The kids are all going to get dressed up. We're doing trick-or-treating, the whole 9 yards.
The National Retail Federation predicts Halloween shopping this year will return to pre-pandemic levels, with Americans spending an estimated $10.6 billion on costumes, candy, and decorations. But this year it will all cost more due to inflation. Candy alone is up 13%.
We're all in, and I think people just want to have fun again.
Julie Rame, Chief Marketing Officer for Party City, says they're not seeing the supply chain issues that impacted the holiday last year. So there should be plenty of Spider-Man outfits, which is expected to be the year's top costume. And others are flying off the shelf.
Encanto was a smash hit. That's a really big one as well. We have Top Gun 2, My favorite, the Sanderson sisters, get together with a couple girlfriends, do the hocus pocus thing.
Another growing trend, pet costumes. Americans are expected to spend $700 million on dog and cat costumes. For Kelly, it's all money well spent.
Everything is more expensive.
But still worth doing?
Yeah, of course.
For her first real Halloween in 3 years. Michael George, CBS News, New York.
Experts do recommend that you buy your Halloween candy at least 4 days in advance. Coming up on News 8 Now this weekend, liver cancer diagnoses are up, why it matters for patients to share their story, and what symptoms to look out for. Up next.
And here's a look at the tower cam. You can see a gorgeous sunset across the area, but rain chances are in the forecast. We'll time that out on the other side of the break. Stay with us.
In the Senate, Ron Johnson pushed tax loopholes benefiting himself and his donors.
Did my business benefit? Sure. Did some of my donor businesses? Sure.
But here's what Johnson's doing to us. He voted to raise the retirement age and allow cuts to Social Security. Even supports letting Wisconsin ban nearly all abortions and said, if you don't like it, you can move. Ron Johnson works for himself, never us. SMP is responsible for the content of this ad.
News 8 Now and Dairyland Power Cooperative present Our Community Cares.
The WTC Student Life Department will be hosting the Boo Crew Trick or Treat event for kids of all ages Thursday, October 27th at Western's Resident Hall. Free and open to the public. Non-perishable food donation encouraged. Join the Onalaska Department of Parks and Recreation for their annual Halloween Bash. Family and children are invited to attend an evening of trick-or-treating, games, and inflatables. Friday, October 28th at the Onalaska Omni Center.
For more information on these events, or if you'd like to submit an event, visit news8000.com.
The power to change your future is now. The new F-150 is here. Be one of the first to drive the latest, most advanced, best-selling truck for the last 45 years. Custom order your F-150 today. Now, lock in $500 retail order bonus cash on an all-new 2023 Ford F-150. Don't wait. Get to your Northland Ford dealers today.
Those cool, crisp nights are on their way. Stay warm and cozy with an easy-to-use gas fire table from La Crosse Fireplace Company. Stop in now for the best selection and get 25% off all in-stock fire tables. This is our biggest fire table sale of the year, and quantities are limited. Enjoy your cool evenings outside and save 25% on fire tables at La Crosse Fireplace Company. La Crosse Fireplace Company, because your place is outside by the fire.
Under Tony Evers and Joe Biden, it's been bad, but it's gonna get much worse because winter is coming. That's right. Reports are saying natural gas heating bills are going up by 28%. Inflation has already caused pain at the pump, grocery checkouts, on rent. But this fall, there's still time to stop the winter pain by voting no on Tony Evers before he makes it even worse, if that's possible.
Get the day's news in your inbox. Email newsletters from News 8 Now. Sign up today. Go to news8000.com/newsletters to get started.
There's a new warning for parents about a dangerous respiratory virus in kids, and Florida reports a surge in flesh-eating bacteria cases following Hurricane Ian. Bradley Blackburn has more on the week's top health stories.
Hospitals across the country are reporting a growing number of cases of respiratory syncytial virus, or RSV. It sends nearly 60,000 kids to the hospital every year and can be fatal. The American Lung Association has launched a new awareness campaign to help parents watch for warning signs like cold symptoms, trouble breathing, or a wheezing cough. Floridians are still recovering from Hurricane Ian, and standing water from the storm may now be a breeding ground for a dangerous microbe called Vibrio vulnificus. It's often called flesh-eating bacteria, and the state health department says it's seen twice as many cases this year compared to 2021. Symptoms include fever and chills, a drop in blood pressure, and blisters on the skin. The CDC says 1 in 5 cases is fatal. And the CDC is urging people to get the new bivalent COVID booster shot after new data shows even 3 doses of the older vaccine can lose their effectiveness in preventing hospitalization. A new study found in late June 3 doses of the vaccine were only 31% effective, down from 69% last December. The bivalent booster can help protect against new strains of the virus. Those are the week's top health stories. Bradley Blackburn, CBS News, New York.
And a new study shows that liver cancer diagnoses could rise by more than 55% by 2040. Liver cancer was among the top 3 causes of cancer death in 46 countries 2 years ago, and its death rate keeps climbing. With only a 10% survival rate after 5 years, doctors are concentrating on studying cancer cells to create new treatments. According to UW doctors, stories of liver cancer patients often go unheard.
Those are stories that aren't heard as loudly in rare diseases because these patients oftentimes don't have that same interconnectedness as they do with, say, social events in support of breast cancer.
Symptoms of liver cancer include fatigue, jaundice in the eyes or skin. Researchers say if you do start experiencing any of those symptoms, to get examined immediately. Well, we've had a wonderful warm-up these past few days. Hopefully it sticks around. It's been beautiful. Eric, what can we expect coming up?
You know, Emily, today was one of those days I just wanted to just put a hammock out there. It was just gorgeous, but don't have a hammock, and I don't really have trees out in front of the studio to do that now, do I? Take a look here at the News 8000 First Alert Weather app. You can go ahead and grab your phone and scan that QR code. It will take you right there. Right now we're sitting at 76 degrees. We have clear skies out there. Beautiful October evening out there. Humidity is sitting at 33%. We have winds out of the south at 5 to 10 miles per hour. Numbers for today, hey, we made it to the big 8-0 after a morning start of 36. 59 is where we should be for this time of year. 4 shy of tying a record set back in 1947, back in 1930. Had the record low of 19 degrees. Radar scan showing a clean sweep across the area. This is going to get a break tonight going into tomorrow morning into the afternoon hours, and that wind is staying out of the south, which is what's allowing that warm air to usher in. So when you wake up in the morning, temperatures in the 50s, some places 60s will greet you, making for a beautiful evening across the Coulee region. Here's how we get there. We see clear skies for tonight. For Sunday morning, we'll start the day off with a mixture of sun and clouds. Over towards Rochester, Preston, the Decorah area, may be seeing a splash and dash shower or two in the morning hours. By the noon hour, the clouds start to pick up, then we really start to go gangbusters as we go into your evening and overnight hours in terms of rain. Some of these could produce maybe some thunderstorms as well. Storm Prediction Center across the western portion of the Coulee region already has us under a 1 out of 5 with heavy wind, hail, and vivid lightning being the main threats. I do agree with that. So for Monday morning, there we go. Rain picks up. Highs for tomorrow, we'll see temperatures staying in the 70s in La Crosse County. We go to the southern zone, over towards the Westby area, New Albany area, over towards the Lynxville area, seeing temperatures in the 70s. The central zone, same story, seeing temperatures in the mid 70s. Again, keeping a thunderstorm chance in the forecast in the afternoon and early evening hours. North zone, we'll see temperatures staying in the low to mid 70s. So here's the details of the First Alert forecast for tonight. We'll see overnight lows in the upper 50s, low 60s, mostly clear skies, a calm evening with winds out of the southeast at 5 to 10 miles per hour. Here's a look at your forecast for tomorrow. We go to 65 at the 10 o'clock hour, 70s by the 2 o'clock hour, 75 by the 4 o'clock hour, upper 60s, low 70s by the 8 o'clock hour. The next 8 days has temperatures going into the 50s for Tuesday, upper 50s Wednesday and Thursday, mid 50s with rain chances as we go into your Thursday, Friday, Saturday. The big story though, starting tomorrow afternoon going into the evening, we keep the rain chances. Then we drop the temperature a little bit for Monday, with temperatures in the upper 60s, low 70s with a rain chance, and then a small rain chance with cooler temperatures as we go into your Tuesday. So overall, the weather again all over the place. The good news, we need that precipitation across the area.
That's true. I was going to say you're going to need to invest in that hammock before the end of today, so you can enjoy
well, you know, I was
rain.
actually going to ask you if we could pull our cars out in the parking lot to where I could tie the hammock to our side mirrors.
Okay.
The issue is we don't have the room for that, and I don't have a hammock.
I have one. I'll bring it. Don't worry about it.
Sweet. Thank
All right.
you. Appreciate that.
Sounds like a plan.
All right.
Thanks, Eric.
You bet.
All right, after the break, it's the homecoming game for UWL. See if the Eagles got the win. And high schoolers were running with the chance to qualify for the state cross-country meet. Kate is in next with sports.
With midterms weeks away, how can Democrats retain control? House Speaker Nancy Pelosi in a wide-ranging interview with Margaret Brennan. Face the Nation Sunday.
Fall Home Show going on now at the Bourne Store. Visit today and see what's new and get your $250 discount coupon. Register for prizes and visit with designers. Hope to see you soon.
You're not always going to be here, but you always have this. Whether you're here, or anywhere really, the News 8000 app lets you stay updated on your time. Get it today so you can have here.
Some things make you wonder, what the PAF? Like career politician Brad Pfaff voting to raise our taxes after promising not to. Then praising another $1 billion in tax hikes on Wisconsin families. Seriously, what the PAF? Or when he supported trillions of dollars in big government spending, creating record inflation. What the PAF? Makes you wonder how anyone could trust career politician Brad Pfaff. NRCC is responsible for the content of this advertising.
Wisconsin is a home of workers. We know what needs to get done, and we do it. Yet, we've been hit hard, some harder than others. Our contact may be limited, but we still can lift each other up. The Keep Wisconsin Warm Cool Fund and your local energy providers are working together to help keep your heat and power on. You may not ask for it, but we want you to know we're here.
No two sets of eyes are the same, and nothing should keep them from getting the expert eye care they need. That's why we'll cover your cost of your insurance copay or your eye exam. Schedule your eye exam at pearlvision.com.
Here's our problem. Without the hearing aids in, she can't hear the low frequencies, so she doesn't hear me. I don't hear the high frequencies, so I don't hear her. It was a perfect setup, but we had to interrupt it. We had time, and we were coming down Main Street, and I turned in.
It's not like you're going to strangers. It's kind of family-ish. To come here, you feel like you belong with them. I just think it's very comforting that they're a family business.
Better Hearing Center on Alaska, next to St. Pat's Church.
Covering all of the exciting action from your community, here's News 8 Now Sports with Kate Overton.
Well, it's been a busy Saturday with lots of sports action, so let's get right into it. UWL has won 2 straight road games and are returning back to La Crosse as they hosted UW Stevens Point. It was also the homecoming game, and what a beautiful day for it. UWL already up 13. Cade Garcia dumping it off to Max Dubendijk here. He's going to break a tackle before he's finally brought down after a nice 22-yard pickup. And then a few plays later, Garcia hitting Marko Rakovic in stride. The tight end takes it in for his second touchdown of the day. UWL up big. And how about some Eagles special teams? Stevens Point trying to punt, but that one's blocked by Ryan Bartol. The Eagles finally recovered inside the 5-yard line, and then on the very next play, it's Garcia hitting the other tight end, Will Jostin, and La Crosse once again putting on a dominating performance, getting the win 55-13. All right, going up a level, the Badgers taking on Big Ten foe Purdue. First drive of the game, and it's Graham Mertz airing it out to Skylar Bell, who makes the catch for the 29-yard touchdown reception. It's 7-0 Badgers. Purdue looking for an answer. Aiden O'Connell dropping back and firing, but that's John Torchio picking it off in stride. Nobody's going to catch him, and it's 14-0, not even 4 minutes in the game. Still in the first quarter, Mertz rolling out and finding Shamir DK, who fights his way into the end zone for the score. Badgers going into the half with a 21-3 lead. First drive of the second half, O'Connell dropping back, and it's Torchio again, his second interception of the game. He doesn't take it all the way back this time, but the offense would score a few plays later, and the Badgers get a big win over Purdue, 35-24, and this offense looks a whole lot better. And on Alaska, hosting cross-country sectionals, top 2 teams and the top 5 individuals not on those teams advance. Look out for the Holman girls. They swept the MVC tournament at this same course. Coming down the stretch, it's the freshman Sabrina Lechner finishing in 7th place. Her teammate Annabella Phillips right behind her in 8th. And the Holman girls are going to state as they finish in 1st as a team. West Salem also qualifying as a team in Division II. And then in D3, Cochrane Fountain City and Kickapoo Lafarge also making it in as a team. And for the boys, all eyes on the defending state champions on Alaska, led by the top runner in the state, Manny Putz, and he was fine. He finished nearly a full minute in front of the 2nd place runner, who happened to be his teammate Blake Burnstead coming in there. 3 Hilltoppers finished in the top 10 as Arlo White got 10th place, but on Alaska coming up a little short as a team, but I believe they'll still be sending those 3 individuals. As for our area teams, Mauston and West Salem both qualified during their sectional in Black River Falls. And yesterday, Bangor and Aquinas boys also both qualified. A lot of good runners put on a show. Now next weekend should be a fun state race. All right, that's all I have for now, but be sure to come back tonight. We have the third round of the high school volleyball playoffs. We'll also have highlights from the Bucks game. We'll be right back.
Connect with us on Twitter at News 8 News. Or you can always find us at news8000.com.
Dr. Mehta knows pain.
Oftentimes, I see patients with pain in their knees, their hips, their back, and it's actually coming from their feet.
Her suggestion?
It's as easy as going into a Good Feet store.
Come in for your free arch support fitting.
Some things make you wonder, what the PAF? Like career politician Brad Pfaff voting to raise our taxes after promising not to. Then praising another $1 billion in tax hikes on Wisconsin families. Seriously, what the PAF? Or when he supported trillions of dollars in big government spending, creating record inflation. What the PAF? Makes you wonder how anyone could trust career politician Brad Pfaff. NRCC is responsible for the content of this advertising.
It's Ford SUV season. Time to gear up for changing conditions on and off-road. Get great deals on our most capable lineup of Ford SUVs, including Ford Explorer and Bronco Sport. Both rated 2022 IIHS top safety picks, and both designed to give you greater confidence. Hurry, Ford SUV season will end soon. Now, for a limited time, get $500 retail order bonus cash on a 2022 Ford Explorer and Bronco Sport, only at your Northland Ford dealers.
You've got a problem. Your furnace is not working. There's a simple fix for that. Well, simple for us. We are G&T Heating and Air Conditioning, and we are experts in fixing your furnace. We have been serving the Cooley region for over 25 years and have the best service techs in the area. They are friendly too. We service all makes and models. If you want fast, reliable service, just give us a call. We are happy to help.
Call G&T. The best heating and air conditioning guaranteed.
Gary knows golf.
You need to have good balance, good support.
Where to find that support?
2 words, The Good Feet Store. How many words is that?
Swing by for your free arch support fitting.
All right, one final look at the next 8 days. We have temperatures in the upper 70s for tomorrow. We're going to keep the rain chances in the forecast in the afternoon and early evening hours, and cool off again for next week with highs going back to, well, where we should be for this time of year, 50s.
It was a good break today, though.
Oh, it was beautiful. Yes, it was.
Definitely cherish the sunshine.
Yes.
Thank you so much for watching News 8. Now we hope to see you back here tonight at 10.